Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? It's Friday, July 9th, 2021. Thank you for joining me here for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction. Bringing you guys the very best in metal-related content right here on YouTube on the only metal channel you need. If you missed anything in the past week, you can click that eye in the upper right corner of the screen, get caught up on all the latest videos. I'd appreciate it. If you want me to review anything, make those suggestions down below. You know I don't like slam deathcore, metalcore, or modern tech death, so if you do, that's fine. You won't be getting them reviewed here. This is one of the hardest working metal channels on the platform. No one's going to quite give it to you. Brutally honest and as concise as I do here on Music of Destruction. I want to welcome you guys to Top 15 Thursdays. Yes, it's a late video. I've been busy working. And tonight we're going to Switzerland for my top 15 Swiss metal bands. And you know, there's some amazing fucking metal in Switzerland. Though it is quite a small scene, there are some definite legends who hail from that fucking tiny island. Alright, so let's just get into it, shall we? Coming in at number 15, Vomitheist with Graveyard Flesh Orgy, released in 2018 on Back from the Grave tapes. This is old school brutal death metal. Very raw, very gross, very putrid slime, pus-filled viscera. Great guitar work, drum and bass, and very groove-oriented stuff here as well. Lots of blasting, but very raw and primitive in its approach and delivery. Number 15, Vomitheist, Graveyard Flesh Orgy. Coming in at number 14, Burial Crown with Despair and Hate, released in 2017 independently. One-man death metal grindcore, some of the best stuff I've heard in the death metal grindcore genre. Modern grindcore as well, which doesn't really strike me very often, but this band did. One man as well. Very raw and aggressive, very politically charged, very emotional. You can hear the aggression and the rage in this. Great work instrumentally as well. Too bad he hasn't put out anything else but Despair and Hate. But a great album, number 14, Burial Crown, Despair and Hate. Coming in at number 13, Diabolic Influence, Dance with the Devil, released in 2019 independently. Black death metal, kind of in the vein of Behemoth, but a lot better. I would say they're influenced by Behemoth, but this is a blackened death metal band I can fucking stand. Very satanic, very occult. There's some great mystical atmosphere going on here. Very classical inspired guitar work and song compositions. Pretty decent stuff. Diabolic Influence, Dance with the Devil gets number 13. Coming in at number 12, Creeping Vengeance with The Diary, released in 2005 independently. This is death thrash metal. Very fucking politically charged as well, but very emotional and based on life experience. Probably if someone's mental breakdown. There's so much going on here, and it's in that old school vein. Very raw production happening here as well. And for 2005, this sounds like a take on 90s death metal, and I love it. Creeping Vengeance, The Diary gets number 12. Coming in at number 11, Cremation with Rise of the Phoenix, released in 2012 independently. This is death metal. Cremation's one of those bands that harkens back to the days of Grave, Dismember, Mortician, Possessed, Autopsy, that kind of stuff. Grave, I think I said Grave already. Obituary. But yeah, you got that old school influence happening with Cremation, and in 2012 this is like a really fresh take on OSDM, and this is some great stuff. And it's about rising above and becoming the Phoenix, essentially. Not really gore-oriented or brutality-oriented stuff, but a very thought-provoking release, number 11, Cremation, Rise of the Phoenix. Coming in at number 10, Carmageddon with The Hidden Symmetry, released in 2013 independently. This is more death metal. This is a lot more dark and abysmal and just disgusting and creepy and morbid. There's a lot of morbid decay in these riffs and drum work and bass and vocals. Carmageddon is one of those unique bands, and there's another band with the same name, but they're not from Switzerland. This is a great fucking release. The Hidden Symmetry is among their best. I know they've only got a few. It's an EP, but this is a fucking great album. Number 10, Carmageddon, The Hidden Symmetry. Coming in at number 9, Mordor with Odays, released in 1990 on Dark Industries Records. Black Funeral Doom metal. One of the pioneers of Black Funeral Doom, and definitely one that deserves your attention. Now, Mordor do have some other incredible stuff, but their debut has left such an impact on me, and it's some of the most atmospheric, dark, nature-driven, cold, isolated experiences. Not really in the depressive spectrum of Funeral Doom or black metal, but it does approach it in its atmospheric intensity, though lyrically it's not. This is an amazing album, number 9, Mordor with ODs. Coming in at number 8, My Death Belongs to You, The World Seems to Be Fading, released in 2020 on Funeray Productions. funeral doom metal, very sorrowful, solitary, death, buried, like you're being buried beneath the fucking earth, you're inhabiting the catacombs, very catacosmic, if that makes sense. It's got some cosmic elements, but also sounds like it was recorded in the catacombs. Feels very like you're trapped underground, suffocating essentially with sorrow and fucking despair. An amazing album. My Death Belongs to You. The World Seems to Be Fading, number 8. Coming in at number 7, Forley Sires with Holy, released in 2019 on Cruel Bones Productions. Atmospheric black doom metal, very ancient sounding, very medieval sounding, but has that slow atmospheric black doom metal going on. Some really awesome epic storytelling with this one, especially in the riffing, drumming, bass work, and the lyrics, and it's one of my favorite fucking albums from Switzerland. Forley Sires is definitely a unique band. You're going to want to check out. Holy gets number 7. Coming in at number 6, Laboratory with Space Cake, released in 1996. This is thrash metal, that second wave that was so popular in the 80s, makes its mark back in the 90s when the thrash metal in America was dying out. Bands like Laboratory were there keeping the fucking flame alive. I know Germany did as well, but for Switzerland to put out a release like this with Laboratory is something very unique. This is very spacey, very cosmic, very fast, speedy, very aggressive, and just has some amazing, memorable songs. Absolutely incredible release. One of my favorites, number 6, Laboratory with Space Cake. Coming in at number 5, Headless Crown, Century of Decay, released in 2018 on Massacre Records. New wave of traditional heavy metal. Headless Crown, way up there with all those bands coming out under the new wave of traditional heavy metal banner. This is 80s style production. It's very powerful, very fast, and incredibly emotional stuff going on here. Talking about many different lyrical themes that I don't want to get into. Once I review it, I'll dissect it fully. But yeah, Headless Crown, Century of Decay is one of the best in traditional heavy metal. Make sure you check it out. Coming in at number 4, Moonfrost with Starfall, released in 2012 on Gravity Entertainment Records. Cosmic black metal in the vein of Dark Space. Very cold, mystical, spacey, fucking just sounds like you're being sucked into a black hole, but also very serene and calming and isolated, but also very cold, dark, dismal, and desolate is the best way to sum up Starfall, but very enchanting and compelling as well as you embark on the journey of this album. I've got to get Moonfrost. Starfall gets number 4. Coming in at number 3, Hopelessness, Mournful, and Restless Sound, released in 2021 on Transcendence Records. Pure fucking DSBM. This is like the soundtrack to slitting your own throat and fucking bleeding out and just dying in a pile of fucking under a black moonlit sky with the snow coming down in a blizzard, the fucking snow being painted red. That's what this reminds me of. The riffs here are so fucking dark, cold, abysmal, melancholic, hateful, and the vocals are something else. This is some of the best DSBM, mostly inspired by bands like Xaster and Leviathan. You could certainly hear that on here, but with his own take. Absolutely awesome. Hopelessness, Mournful, and Restless Sound gets number 3. Coming in at number 2, Celtic Frost with Monotheist, released in 2006 on Century Media Records. The fucking one of the best extreme metal bands in the world, Celtic Frost, outdid themselves on Monotheist. I know this isn't a lot of people's favorite album, but it is mine in their discography. Doom black metal, and just how fucking emotional and dead this record sounds. It literally sounds like death. And there's so much depressing overtones on here. Very doomy and slow and crawling with a chilling vocal performance. Rest in peace to their bassist. Very sad that he passed away. But yeah, Celtic Frost, Monotheist. How could I not put Celtic Frost on this list? I would have been fucking crucified in the comment section if I didn't. But I love Celtic Frost, and Monotheist is definitely going to be one of those albums I purchase. Gets number 2. Coming in at number 1, Dark Space with 3, released in 2008 on Avant-Garde Music Productions. Atmospheric cosmic black metal. Dark Space are one of those bands that pioneered cosmic black metal, and they've been doing it for a long time, and this third album from them is like a trip into the infinite beyond. It's black, it's hopeless, it's cold, it's isolated, it's cosmic, it's void-filled, and it's extremely dissonant and hypnotic, but also very beautiful and enchanting and compelling and epic. And Dark Space just know what the fuck they're doing with their particular brand of black metal, and this is an amazing fucking band. I want to see them live. I want to get more releases, but I do have Dark Space's 3. One of the best fucking bands on the planet. Alright, so there you have it, another top 15 in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Teespring store, teespring.com/music-of-destruction. Go get all your merch. I'd appreciate it if you want to support through Patreon. The Seed episode 33, The History of Thrash Metal, part 3, up on Patreon right now. If you want to support, patreon.com/music-of-destruction. Pick the $5 tier. You'll get access for life. Your support keeps this channel going. Thank you very much. Helps with our brand new YouTube channel as well, Beyond the Big Screen, with myself and Colton James. We're putting up the shed tomorrow. We got the base built. We're going to be documenting everything. Let's check out a new clip he made recently for Beyond the Big Screen movie and game review. And we're back. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Have an awesome night. We'll see you for Metal Album Warfares. See you in the next video. Cheers.